we have a different training plan, and in the sense like if the people are coming from the different backgrounds as such, like we'll go ahead and then train them on the database and the SQL skills, database and SQL skills first. And once the database and SQL skills and we gave them the introduction about the data warehouse and everything, then we go with the Informatica. So if they have a
Right.
computer knowledge, and we'll actually start our course from very basic level, and that will discuss the database and then the SQL first and then the Informatica next, and Informatica that too will actually handle the latest version with Informatica Power Center. We help them with from the basic level of training to the advanced level of training, and we'll
What
make them to be
what is the version you're teaching?
Informatica 9.1 we have the software, and 9.5.1 also we have.
Okay.
This is the latest.
Latest one is
9.5.1
9.
is the
Yeah,
latest.
that's what I was thinking.
9.5.1, yeah. That is the latest one.
Mm-hmm.
So we deal with these two versions, 9.1 as well as 9.5.1. 9.5.1, if they need access and all, we can give them from our machines. And 9.1, we can install it on even their individually on their laptops also.
Right. So my one more thing, like I would like to add here, is we would like to go like from basics to like advanced level to the project-oriented course.
Yes, yes. Like our course is actually planned. I mean, based on a project-oriented level, and as I said, like we have. I mean, I have handled for another Boston consultants. Like for them, we have taken up from very grassroots, since because people are from different backgrounds and they wanted to train them on the Informatica. So we have taken, and then we were also going to. I mean, like as I said, like we are going to make them to be ready for the job, on-job training. I mean, on-job. Like directly they can start working on it once after the end of this training. So they can
Okay.
go ahead and then start with their training, I mean their job directly. And in case if required, we'll also help them during the jobs. I mean, if it is required as such, like if they need any help once they place onto the job,
On-site.
and yeah,
Yeah,
on
that's
job,
what that's we are also looking for that. Yeah, that'll be an
yeah, on job
added
support,
advantage.
yeah.
On-job support. Yeah.
Yeah, so that we'll also provide you on that as well. So I think probably I'll just have, I mean that's a plan, and I can present myself about the course and how we are going to handle it and everything. And if you have anything, we can just quickly discuss on that and then go ahead with the demo, and after discussing with Priyanka. Yeah. Then.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Yeah, Priyanka, like, can you just confirm, like, what's your expectation? And like, I think you are a direct student to this, I guess, right?
Yes, I'm the direct student, and I have been working into software testing, so I'd like to just shift my career to Informatica. So I am familiar with the database and SQL.
Okay.
So, and my question is, are you going to provide the recorded videos so we can hear that once the course is done?
Yeah, everyday recordings will be provided, and all the recorded sessions will be uploaded to the shared site, and from there you can download the shared site and all those things.
Okay. And are you going,
yeah.
Sorry, are you going to help us after the course to, like, if we have any doubts or any questions regarding that?
Yes, definitely. Like after the course, like once you start practicing the things, if you have any questions, so you can always mail us back, and then you can always mail us back, and after with the mails we'll be responding it, and we'll be available on the Skype or even on the GoToMeeting. We can fix a meeting quickly for half an hour or something, and then clear your questions. So that is always there. Like we'll always support our students who actually train from our end, and then we'll help them throughout the job and job training. I mean, on the on-job also we'll help them with the issues and all those things.
Okay. And are you going to help us with the resume preparation and everything, like how to go to the interview?
Resume and sample resumes and all will provide the sample resumes, and you can prepare your resume and then give us back. And if there are any changes required, we'll help them with that, and then we'll also help them to. I mean, we'll help you to prepare a proper resume with correct roles and responsibilities.
Okay, thank you so much.
And to ask you one more question, like you would like to go in as an Informatica developer, or you would like to go in as an Informatica ETL tester? How is it? Like since you have a career from the ETL background, so you want to go in as an ETL tester or Informatica developer? Priyanka,
Informatica
next
developer.
question. Informatica developer, right? Okay, so that's fine. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. So we'll start with the demo, and since so it's actually we'll start with it and then understand what is a data warehouse and um, what is the use of Informatica and how we are going to use Informatica and all those things. So to present the data warehousing concept, so the data warehouse is actually the nothing but data warehouse is nothing but you're going to collect the data from different source systems and then you're going to integrate the data into a centralized database. So your data warehouse is nothing but the database where you're going to store the data in the form of tables, where you're going to store the data in the form of tables. And these tables and the data, whatever you're going to store in the data warehouse is used for analysis in the sense like business analysis in terms of like how much your revenue is actually growing and how many products you're selling and from south region, eastern region, western region, like that. All the kind of analysis, business related analysis will be carried out on the data warehouse. So the data warehouse is actually built from the different existing legacy systems like OLTP systems. OLTP is nothing but the online transaction processing system, where you're going to integrate the data from all these kind of online transaction processing systems into a centralized database. So where does an ETL comes into picture, and let's try and understand it. So OLTP applications are nothing but examples for an OLTP applications is your ATM withdrawal. So you can think about ATM withdrawal, and your internet banking is one OLTP application. Internet banking is one OLTP application, and you have even the credit card validation and your retail stores, like whenever you visit a retail store, the retail agents will be entering some details about the items that you purchased and all those details. So even that is called as an OLTP application. So all these OLTP applications will store the data in the normalized form, or will store the data, and the data in the OLTP system is not useful for analysis. I mean, like to analyze the data or to analyze about your business, these OLTP systems are not suitable. That's why we are integrating the data from all those OLTP systems into a centralized warehouse, So we are going to integrate the data into a centralized warehouse by collecting the data from different legacy systems or different OLTP systems, which we have. Let's say you have the data about the retail in one application, you have the data about sales in one application, you have the data about marketing in one application, and the data is distributed across the different platforms. So one is in Oracle database, another is in mainframes, and data is distributed across the different systems like SAP and all those things. So you have the OLTP systems where the data is distributed across the multiple systems. So all these OLTP systems, whatever we have represented about the retail, sales, and marketing, all these applications are not suitable for analysis, and you can't analyze the data. You can't analyze the historical data using all these systems. That's why we are going to integrate the data with the help of ETL tools. We are going to integrate the data with the help of an ETL tools and then load the data into a centralized database or the data warehouse. So your data warehouse can be an Oracle system, or so you're going to integrate the data and you're going to load the data into a centralized warehouse. That can be in any system. It can be an Oracle data warehouse, or it can be a DB2 data warehouse, or any database can act as a data warehouse. So you are going to integrate the data from existing legacy systems, and then integrate the data into this centralized data warehouse. So that is your ETL process. So the process of integrating the data from all these existing OLTP systems and existing legacy systems into a centralized warehouse is called as an ETL process. So what does an ETL stands for? ETL stands for extract, transform, and load the data. Extract, transform, and load the data. So extraction is nothing but you're going to read the data, you're going to read the data from all these systems. Reading of the data is nothing but you're going to read the data with the help of select statements. With the help of select statements, you're going to read the data and you're going to transform the data. So before loading the data, we are going to clean the data. So cleaning of the data process will happen in the transformation techniques, and extraction is nothing but the reading of the data, and transforming is nothing but the cleaning of the data. So you'll clean the data and then load it. I want the quality data to be available in my warehouse, and then you're going to load the data using a insert statement. So I mean that's nothing but the loading of the data. So this ETL stands for extraction of data from all these systems, transforming the data, and then loading the data. So the process of integration is called as an ETL process. So to integrate the data, so you need a tool to integrate the data from all these existing OLTP systems into a warehouse. So you have a lot of ETL tools available in the market. You have so many ETL tools. So something like Informatica Power Center is one major ETL tool. Informatica Power Center is one major ETL tool, and you have Data Stage, which is also one more ETL tool, and you have Ab initio. These are all the different ETL tools from different companies. So Informatica Power Center is an ETL tool from Informatica Corporation, and Data Stage is a tool from IBM, and Ab initio is a tool from Ab initio Corporation. And you have some Microsoft tools as well, something as SSIS, SSRS, and all those things. So these are all the different ETL tools which are used in the data warehouse, to integrate the data, into your Oracle data warehouse, So Informatica Power Center, Data Stage, Ab initio, SSIS, these are all the different ETL tools. All these tools, what it will do, it will extract the data from existing OLTP data and then load it onto warehouse. So here the job of ETL tools is to load the data into the tables available in the data warehouse. Then how are you going to analyze the data? So the data from the whatever is available in the data warehouse will be analyzed with the help of a BI tools. BI stands for a business intelligence tools. So these BI tools will help you to generate the reports, and it will show the data in the form of bar graphs, pie charts, and all those things. So these BI tools will generate the data by reading the data from the data warehouse. So again, BI stands for a business intelligence. So the business intelligence tools, you have so many, and you can understand about business intelligence tools. So the business intelligence tools you have so many reporting tools. In the general terms, we call them as a reporting tools. OBIE is a one, Oracle Business Intelligence Enterprise Edition, and you have Oracle Business Intelligence Enterprise Edition, and you have Business Objects, which is from SAP. OBIE is from Oracle, and you have some other reporting tools like SSRS. SSRS is from Microsoft. You have so many data warehousing tools which you will come across, whether it can be an ETL tool or a BI tool. So the combination of ETL plus BI is called as a data warehouse. So you'll have whenever you actually go to the report, whenever you go to the any data warehousing project, you will come across the two kinds of roles. One is a ETL developer, another is a BI developer. So the ETL developer is a one who works on integrating of the data by using the data stage, by using Informatica Power Center, or by using SSIS and all those things. And the BI developer is one who generates the reports and who creates the reports for the business users to analyze the data what is present about their business. So who generates the reports? So the BI developer. So the combination of ETL plus BI is called as a data warehouse. So any tool can be used as an ETL tool. Among all these things, Informatica Power Center is a very popular tool, and where you'll have very good opportunities for Informatica Power Center comparative to all the other tools like DataStage and Ab Initio and SSIS. So among all the ETL tools, Informatica Power Center has a major market share. To say precisely, like there are a lot of projects which are we use as Informatica Power Center. So when we step into the course, we'll discuss about each and every terminology, how the data is being, what is the OLTP system, what is the OLAP system, and how to design the data warehouse and how to design the tables in the data warehouse. All those things will be discussed as part of the data warehousing course and as part of the data warehousing. So again, like after loading the data, so these are all the things that we are going to understand through the specific set of hands-on labs. And the course duration is about, it will take around, if you have to if you have to learn SQL plus Informatica, SQL will take 15 hours of training. SQL will take 15 hours, and Informatica will take 35 hours. Informatica will take 35 hours of class. So includingly both, if you are looking only for Informatica, it will take close to 35 hours, and including the installation and everything. What we do, like we'll use the 35 hours. And if you want SQL along with the Informatica, so SQL is an essential knowledge. SQL is a prerequisite that to enter as an Informatica developer, because if you know SQL, then you can easily understand Informatica concepts and everything. And we are going to, so Informatica, including the installation, it will take the 50 hours. And so far, any questions? Priyanka or Asif?
No, I'm fine. You're Jagan, right?
No, myself is Karthik.
I'm sorry, Karthik. I'm fine with it. I got the concept.
Okay. Yes, Priyanka. You have anything to add, Priyanka? Here, if you have any question?
No, actually, I'm fine.
Okay, thank you. So now, in order to step into the Power Center clients and everything, I'm going to show you like how we actually provide the hands-on labs and everything, and I'm going to show you the course content that we are going to use, and everything will be shared with you like when we actually step into this. So we have a specific set of design labs. So like all the other institutes or other trainers, like they're going to use some HR schema related tables and then do it. But it is not that we are going to do it through the HR schema related things, and we are going to make you to make the implementation with the help of a project, and we are going to follow the specific hands-on set of labs and everything for our training. And we have more than 36 labs which are specifically designed to understand each and every part. And these hands-on lab, if one looks at it, we'll discuss about these hands-on labs in a day, and then during the training we'll discuss about all these hands-on lab one after the other. And the same hands-on labs can be, students can practice at their convenient time, and they can get, if they have questions, they can do that. And they can also follow the videos and what we are going to provide. So as I said, like this is something like a project which we are going to drive. It is not like the specific list of tables. Specific OLTP system itself will create, and then from the OLTP system, like the students can actually get an exposure about how the real-time scenarios will be, and how the real-time architecture will be, and what kind of data will be present in the real time, and how they have to implement each and every program, and how you have to develop each and every program. All these things will be discussed as part of the course. So this is the project level architecture which we are going to discuss, and it's too early to discuss about the concepts like ODS and all. So you'll have a specific hands-on tables. These are all the real-time tables which we are going to use, and we are going to populate the data, and then we'll show them. This is like a project which we are going to drive. This is like a project which we are going to drive, like a project, not like a course that we take a simple example as a simple example table and then drive it. So we are going to explain you each and everything and the differences between the architecture level, like what are all the old versions, how the old versions was working, like 8.6, what is the difference between 8.6 and 9.x, and new features that have been added in the 9.x, and all those things will be discussed. New features that have been added in 9.x, and everything will be discussed as part of the training. As part of the training that we are going to tell them the everything. So when it comes to the Informatica Power Center, when you work in as an Informatica Power Center developer, you'll basically be working with 4 different client tools. So which I'll show you as part of an architecture. As part of an architecture, I'll probably give you an architecture overview, what and all will be there, and what you have to understand in terms of Informatica Power Center. So I'll give you architecture about the Informatica Power Center. Like let's see, and this is an so introduction class. So probably will try and give you the high level architecture how this is present. Like Informatica Power Center is a client server architecture. Client server architecture in the sense like you'll have different client tools and you'll have a server which will be installed in some other machine, and you're going to access that server through the client. So you have 4 client tools in Informatica called as Power Center Repository Manager, Power Center Repository Manager, and the Power Center Designer. So you have Power Center Designer, and you also have again the Power Center Workflow Manager, Power Center Workflow Manager, and Power Center Workflow Monitor. Power Center Workflow Monitor that you have. Power Center Workflow Monitor. So as a developer, you'll be working with Power Center, all these Power Center client tools closely, and the server will be installed somewhere in your client place. I mean, server, developers will not have access to server, but as part of the training, we are also giving you some heads up on the server, what and all are the important things that you have to understand in the server, and what are the configurations that needs to be done by your administrator, and how to actually address the issues when you start using the Power Center client tools, like how all those things also will be discussed. So as a Power Center developer, you'll be working mainly on these 4 client tools. So if you see, you have 4 client tools which will be called as a R stands for a repository manager, and D stands for a designer, and W stands for a workflow manager, and M stands for a workflow monitor. So your server will be somewhere installed in your client machine, and you can start working on your individual, laptop, whatever is provided to you by your by your company. So you can start working with it just by installing the client, and your client and server will communicate to each other. A client and server will communicate to each other through the internet or through the TCP protocol. So if the client and server has to communicate, so both the client and server should be available in the same network, or it can communicate to the server through the internet protocol, that is the TCP IP protocol. By using it, so your client will make a request to the server, and then you'll communicate with client server architecture. And to understand more deep about the server, Informatica Power Center is not a standalone product. It has to be integrated with a database. So as called as a repository database. And this repository database is a place that where your Informatica programs will be stored. So your Informatica programs, ETL development instructions or the programs, whatever you develop, all the programs will be saved onto the repository database. So this repository database is nothing but the tables. So repository database is nothing but the predefined tables which will store your ETL programs, So in the server level, you'll have two services called as a repository service and the integration service. So this repository service will receive the request from the client that whenever a developer creates a program and he saves the program, a repository service will receive the request, and it will save the data to the your tables. It will save the data to this repository tables. All your ETL programs will be stored onto the repository database. So that is nothing but the metadata. We call it as a metadata. We'll let you know. I mean, we'll discuss more about the metadata, why we call that as a metadata and all those things. So your repository service will save the program. Will save the program to the repository database. And we understand that from this paint diagram, we understand that we have to move the data from one system to the other system. So which is the service which will move the data? That is the integration service which will move the data from source database to the target database. So your integration service is the heart of the migration process, so which will integrate the data from source to the target by understanding the instructions that you have saved in the repository database. By understanding the programs that you have saved in the repository database, it will move the data from source to the target. It will move the data from source to the target. So these are all this is about the server level. I mean, one is used to store the programs, another is used to migrate the data from source to the target. Let's say you want to integrate the data from table A to table B, table A which is available as a source and table B which is available as a target. As an integration service will read the data from it and then load the data. So how integration service understands that it has to read the data from table A and load the data into table B with the help of a program that you have created. With the help of a program that you have created, it will move the data from source to the target. Source to the target. So that is the server level. I mean, we are going to show you this is practically, and this is since a demo class, we might not show you the complete information. So when we step into the training, I'm going to show you like how the repository service is created, what kind of tables will be there, and how the programs will be saved to the repository database. All those things will be discussed in a detailed way. So on a high level, you will be accessing this Power Center client tools to interact with a server. So this configuration of integration service, repository service, everything will be done by the another role called as an Informatica Power Center administrator. You'll have another role. So Informatica Power Center administrators will configure the things. But as part of the course, we are going to discuss about some administrator responsibilities as well, which will be helpful for you to configure the things on your own, on your machine for the future purpose. So that is about these are all the Power Center client tools. So these Power Center client tools will be widely used by the developer. Power Center client tools will be widely used by the developers to create the programs. To give you a look and feel about how the programs will be and how the Informatica will be. So there will be this is the designer which I have actually logged in, and you will have a repository where you have to, this is nothing but your repository service, so which will be a group of tables or the group of created programs. So you can log into this, and here this will show you the Informatica Designer is a place that where you create the ETL programs. So those ETL programs are called as, so I'm opening it, so we'll see how to work with it in the later classes and once you're comfortable with the demo. So here you are going to create the programs. Informatica is a completely a GUI tool. Like you're not going to write any, you're not going to write any code as such. So you're just going to configure the properties. There will be a minimum amount of, there is zero code. Code is very simple. It's a completely a GUI. So you just have to remember the options and create the programs. So here the ETL program is called as a mapping, and this is a mapping. So which represents a GUI definition where data flows from the source to the target. It is just a graphical representation how the data flows from the source to the target with the help of transformations. So the ETL process means it is extracting the data from this table and it is transforming the data with the help of a transformation. This is a transformation, and you're loading the data into table. So the mapping represents a UI definition, how the data flows from the one table to the other table. And you're going to execute the programs with the help of another tool called as a workflow manager. So here your integration service will execute the program, this program whatever you have created, and then load the data. And you have one more tool here called as a workflow monitor. And workflow monitor is something that which will give you the statistics about how many records are extracted from the source and how many records are loaded, and if while running the workflow, whether the workflow is being errored out, all those things you can do that using the workflow monitor. So using the designer, what you do, you'll create the programs called as a mappings, and using the workflow manager you'll execute the programs called as workflows. So workflows and sessions. So you'll create them and then execute the programs with the help of integration service. And in the workflow monitor, you'll find out whether your program is working as per the requirements or not, how many records are extracted and how many records are loaded. All those things will be discussed as part of this. So that is how the Power Center client tools works. That is how the Power Center client tools works on a high note, right? So that's about Power Center client tools and the server level architecture. So if you have any questions, like that's it I have for the presentation for a demo. And if you have any questions, we'll discuss. And then
can you share the website where we can download the videos?
You want to download the video?
Yeah, because I have to discuss with my VP.
That you can get in touch with I mean, you want this video or the other video?
No, I'm saying this particular, the demo video.
Demo video, right? So that you can get in touch with Attain guys. I mean, Radha, who is on the line, so she'll be able to provide the demo. I mean, this one. Yeah. Any other questions, Priyanka? Like, if you have.
How long can we use the tool in our system if we download it? Is there any time limit, or you can use as long as you want?
Yes, as long as you want, you can use it, and there is no expiry for that. It's a standard edition. There is no expiry for it.
Oh, okay. I mean, like, do you teach SQL 2 with Informatica, or only if we need that?
No. Along with the Informatica, we generally don't teach it. That's separately we actually do it. And if the people who are coming for Informatica, if they are not familiar with it, then we'll do the SQL and then do the Informatica. So since the people who comes from the scratch, if generally Informatica means, we'll start directly from data warehousing concepts and Informatica.
Okay. Like, do we need to know only the basic SQL or the whole SQL? We should know for Informatica.
It would be an advantageous if you have a good grip on the SQL. It would be an advantageous because if you go to the interviews, they'll stretch more on the SQL concepts also. How do you write this query and all. So it would be easier. And to understand Informatica, that is fine. But the interview perspective and the real time, how you're going to work, for that you need SQL knowledge.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else, Asif? You're done with Priyanka?
No, I'm fine actually. It was a good presentation. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thanks then. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm
yes.
Thanks.
Okay.
So you can drop your feedback to whatever, I mean, like whoever has coordinated with you, and that will be really helpful for us to proceed.
Definitely.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Bye.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, hi Asif. How's the demo?
Yes, ma'am. It was very good actually. You know what? We are like going through companies right now.
Okay.
Like you are the third company like we are going through.
Okay.
We actually want a long-term, like business relationship. It's for our consultants. So it will be like ongoing process. It's just not one-time thing.
Yeah.
Not only that we are into Informatica, but since we are into IT services and recruiting in Dallas.
Okay.
So we have we need like training for our consultants in MSBI. And we need SAP BobJ admin.
Okay.
There are actually. I can give you a list of courses what I'm really looking for. Before that, can you share this video with me so that I can discuss with my Vice President, Mr. Tawfiq, He
Yeah,
will
yeah.
be online with me in few minutes.
Okay.
So I'll really appreciate that if I can get the
Yeah,
link
yeah.
in my email.
Yeah, yeah. I'll be sending you the, okay?
Yeah. So as far as like what's Karthik, right?
Yes, just Kartik.
Yeah, Karthik was pretty good. Just I would like to get the like link from you, and as well as whatever the
Yeah,
pricing part,
I'll
so
give
that
you
it's a
all the details.
long term for us. It's just not like one time
Yes,
again.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I'll talk to my, manager and just I'll drop you the fee structure and everything. Okay?
Yeah, please, and also the link. If I
Yeah, yeah.
can get the
Record a
link today
session.
itself,
Okay,
the
yeah.
recorded session, please.
Yeah, I'll be
This
sending you now.
demo is very, yeah, appreciate it a lot. So and also just send me the pricing, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, yeah, sure. Okay?
And we can also sign an agreement with you actually.
Yeah, yeah, no problem. I'll talk to my manager, okay?
Okay, ma'am. You Miss Radha, right?
Yes.
Okay, Miss Radha. Thank you so much for your coordination. Appreciate it a lot.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Hello, Priyanka.
Yes, Radha.
Hi, Priyanka. So, how did you feel?
It was good actually, but I had to think about that and I will let you know.
Okay. So, actually, we need to start together, right? That's the reason. I just want to know your confirmation as soon as possible. Okay?
Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely let you know. I'll call you.
Yeah, thank you so much.